What is going on, everybody? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment throughout the show, become a member. This is the Phlite Zone every Monday night. Here we go. And smash that bell because the Phillies are winning a series. They're actually going to sweep this series. That's my bold prediction.
Let's go! This ain't the fuck like Forces gegen he stinks!
Oh shit!
It's gone!
What is going on, everybody? Hit the like wherever you're watching, subscribe wherever you're watching. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all of those platforms. Check us out. You can also listen to the podcast anytime, anywhere. So check it out anywhere you listen to your podcasts. Phlite Zone brought to you by FanUp, which is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today using that promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That is a $50 value. That is fanup.app. We have a bunch to get into tonight. We got the Phillies who, can't seem to just get it together at home. Bats seem to be silent. They had a miraculous win yesterday. I finally got to see a W up close and personal live right on the stage line. It was definitely exciting. I'll tell you that. I didn't get Red October vibes from the W, but it was definitely it was an exciting victory.
Broke the jinx, Jamie. You broke it.
Dude, Roman Quinn has game-changing speed, and he is a very, very good tool in a toolbox for a championship team.
He's your Hunter Pence. He's your Hunter Pence.
Okay, there we go.
Right?
He just needs to build a consistent bat. I don't need him batting 300, but if this guy can bat 240 and just get on base, and as soon as he's on base, he's a game changer. He's almost guaranteed to score. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. So we'll talk about that.
Get walks.
I mean, we even see the impact today that he's making. The impact today. He has a run, maybe two. I've been on and off watching it. Right now I have the hockey game on, but the Phillies are up 7-0 right now. He definitely has a run. He has a double. I don't know if they counted that an error on Duvall, but he's hot. Maybe we have a center fielder now. I hope he could stay consistent, and hopefully he doesn't catch the Odubel Herrera stench where he's hot for 2 weeks and then he's cold for a month.
Yep.
So we'll get into that. That'll bring us into the poll as well. Poll of the day brought to you by Araya Public Adjusting. Do you have damage to your home or property? We may be able to help. Don't fight your homeowner's insurance alone. Contact Araya Public Adjusting at 813-564-3364. They are licensed in Florida and Pennsylvania, Florida and New Jersey, as well as 13 other states. So make sure you check them out. I'm sorry, that was Pennsylvania, not New Jersey. I got my states mixed up. Lived in both of them for one half of my life, and then the other half I've been in the other.
They're both home.
It's a good form of dyslexia right there. How we doing, Daily? What's up, Jake?
Monday night.
Been a long Monday, I'll tell you that.
Oh yeah.
Poll: the Phillies are still far from competing on a high level. That is going to be agree or a disagree. It's a tough poll. I think if you know us by now, you know that Evan Taylor was the driving force behind this poll.
Oh yeah.
but it's a great poll. What
is it? Quarter way through the season?
Yeah. About. I mean, I would have fired Joe Girardi yesterday. The way he managed that game was just atrocious. The second that JT Realmuto gets on base, you have to put Roman Quinn in the game as your pinch runner, as the game tying run. He got away with that because JT ended up scoring, I believe. No, he didn't because Hoskins grounded into the double play. But that's besides the point. Roman Quinn needs to be on first base after that hit. And you brought Roman Quinn into the game to begin with. And the only reason why JT Realmuto stayed in the game was because Rhys Hoskins grounded into a double play yet again in the 7th inning or higher when we need him to get a base hit. I know everybody loves to go on to Rhys Hoskins when he gets his double in the 1st inning, when he gets his home run in the 4th inning, when we're already up 4-0. The guy has never had a clutch hit in his life. I'm sick of people praising the guy.
You know what he is, Jimmy? He is the Phillies in a nutshell this season. You'll be hot one game, and then you'll screw it up. You'll screw up the next game. You'll ground it. You'll strike out bases loaded. Like, that's the Phillies in a nutshell this season.
Yeah,
I feel like they have so many issues.
dude. And here's what I look. I'm going to agree to the poll. I'm sorry. I'm going to disagree to the poll. I think they're close to competing on a high level. The starting pitching has been phenomenal in my opinion. I mean, Nola's had an excellent start to the year. He's just had unlucky bounces, just unfortunate circumstances where the guys don't hit or they blow 7-1 leads in the 9th inning. Wheeler's back in dealing. I think his arm just needed to get stretched out, but obviously you can see from tonight that he's back in the zone.
Yep.
Ranger is what he is. We knew he wasn't going to be the same as he was last year because he was borderline unstoppable last year, but he's still a serviceable starting pitcher in the MLB.
Yeah.
He's a solid 4. Zach Eflin had a career day yesterday, and Kyle Gibson's a top 5th pitcher in the league. So the starting pitching's been unbelievable in my opinion. I think it's been one of the Mets have probably had a better starting pitching staff, but I think the Phillies are right up there with them. When you talk about the bullpen is what it is. It's been better than previous years. I know that's not saying something, but at least you are getting something from Corey Knebel. Norwood's been okay. I would love to see more consistency. He was the start of that 7-1 colossal failure. You go to Brogdon. Brogdon's hanging in there. Sir Anthony's hanging in there. And then you got guys like Alvarado and Familia and Nick Nelson, who they are what they are. They are what they are. So I think they add an arm at the trade deadline in the bullpen. I think they even maybe add an arm in the starting rotation. And then we talk about this lineup. The lineup is probably the scariest part for me right now because I haven't seen them hit baseballs into space. I've seen them try and smack baseballs over the fence, and that's led to way too many strikeouts. That's led to way too many pop flies in the infield. They just don't get timely hits, and I think that'll turn around come the weather changing. Hitting season's almost around the corner. So that's why I'm going to disagree to this poll, because I feel like these veterans are going to get their numbers. I feel like these veterans are going to turn the leaf and get hot at the right time. And tonight is a perfect night to back that up. Now, I know you're probably going to agree to the
poll. Yeah.
After everything I just laid out for you.
You know, Jim, like, those are some valid points. And I wish that all this happens. You already know what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna disagree. For the sole fact that we still have Girardi as a coach, and that we have yet to find that consistency ever since before we got Bryce Harper. We haven't had a consistent season in the last 10 years. And like that has a lot to do with the bullpen, whether it's Neris and all these other guys, or Familia. It's just like I feel like it's a cycle and it just continues to haunt the Phillies. Given that the Mets are going through the injuries for their starting pitchers, I know Scherzer's out a few months, maybe, and DeGrom's still out. So I guess like this would be the time really to get back into the race with the Mets, because I know the NL in general is actually doing pretty good this season, and it's gonna be hard to get that wild card spot. So we'll see about that. I really hope that we can do something come trade deadline. I mean, you can even argue, you'd probably agree with this. You could trade Hoskins and get a very, very good pitcher for it.
100% agree to that.
And
move Bohm over to first base.
I've been talking about with my dad the last few weeks. He thought he should have been traded last season. I was like, nah, like he didn't have that great of a year, but I mean, these games, like he's hitting home runs, but he's just not making valuable contact with the ball, and
Yeah,
that's what I'm concerned about. We don't have base hitters. We have people like smashing the ball, and that's only going to get you so far.
yeah,
You know, like these
yeah. I
guys
hear
are
you.
just going to get tired. Some of these guys are going to get tired. I think. You know, Bryce is battling with his injuries. Castellanos, who's probably our best player, I'd say. Like when it
Not
comes to
over
the lineup.
Bryce.
I
Come
mean,
on,
when Bryce, all right,
don't
okay,
disrespect Bryce.
okay, when
I
Bryce,
know, I know you love to disrespect Bryce. Don't disrespect Bryce.
when Bryce isn't on the IL or whatever,
Oh my
Castellanos
God.
is our best player.
Okay.
I think Harper's having a pretty good season so far. Wouldn't say MVP yet. Um,
Yeah, I got a loser of the week. I'll give it at the end of the show, but it involves Bryce Harper
okay.
because, and I'll save that rant for the end because it's going to be epic, and it's going
Get your cameras ready, guys.
to it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
Uh,
but yeah, disagree. Just too many holes you need to fill. Pause. And you know, I just don't feel like we can fill those holes. Our D is not good.
no, the defense has been solid this year. You
All
got to
right,
give it that.
but isn't that still a little bit concerning that the D isn't good?
No, no. The offense needs the offense needs to improve. The O needs to improve.
Okay.
You're disgusting.
No, but no. All
You're a
right, I do
child.
have concerns with the defense though, in
But why?
all seriousness.
I mean,
Yeah,
until Bright, look, I hear you because Schwarber and Castellanos aren't the best corner outfielders in the world,
yeah.
but it starts up the middle, and Roman Quinn is a solid defender.
All right, but
Whoever's
you're all
playing
right. Let's
shortstop right now is either Camargo or Stott, and they're both solid defenders. Gene
yeah,
Segura is a Gold Glove second baseman,
yeah. Oh,
and you got the
no
best
doubt
catcher,
with him.
best defensive catcher in baseball in JT Realmuto. So defense starts up the middle,
Yeah,
and you have a solid defense going up the middle.
yeah. The only thing I'm concerned about is the two players that you mentioned in Castellanos and Schwarber. Schwarber, like it just looks elementary. Him trying to throw home. Like I don't know if he's just shot. He's tired. I don't know. I don't know. Because all I know is when I played baseball in middle school, I was always able to make that throw. I don't know. Maybe they should put me out there just for I'll wear a Schwarber jersey.
Were you still playing on the Little League field, or did you move up to the Babe Ruth field
I
when you were
was
making
playing
those
on the Babe
throws?
Ruth. I was playing on the
Okay,
Babe Ruth.
just making
Yeah.
sure.
Big field.
Just making sure.
Yeah. No, I was no. But
Okay.
yeah, that I have my concerns, but I think and I hope the Phillies can turn it around come the dog days, you know?
Yeah, hopefully they're not dog days. Hopefully they're cat days.
Yeah.
Hopefully we're watching some entertaining baseball.
Hopefully our dog days are losing one game in a series. That's all
Yeah.
I hope.
No,
Not getting swept or we did break the brooms against the Dodgers like they did to us, but
they snapped my broom in half when they blew that
yeah.
game.
Yeah. You know, we
A
kinda
lot of
did it
money was
back
on the
to him.
line.
We kinda did it back to him, but
Yeah. I mean, I
you
hear
can't
you.
lose a series at home. You can't lose a series at home. You
Yeah, oh
can't.
yeah, 100%. I think for the rest of the year they need to win every single series at home series at least
Mhm.
because it's getting
Yeah,
atrocious. How silent their bats have been at home this year. It's absolutely terrible. And this all started
I agree,
at
bro.
Game 3 against Oakland when Joe Girardi put out that pitiful lineup. That was atrocious. I
Jimmy
mean,
alright?
you get a series sweep
Hopefully.
right off the bat.
But yeah, dude, I think that if we just stay consistent or get on a consistent path, I think we'll definitely be able to get in that race in the NL.
Yeah,
But
dude, I hear you. I hear you, but I'm just saying it started in Game 3 against Oakland at
mhm.
home. A series sweep to start off the season is just
Yeah, it's great.
it sets the tone. And Joe Girardi just gave up a pitiful lineup that he set out in Game 3, and
Sure.
that's where this downfall started. You did that, and then you faced the New York Mets in the second series of the year at home, and you just
Mhm.
you came back from a 4-run deficit in the eighth inning, and you won that game, but then you lost that series. like a bunch of
Yeah.
scrubs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that started because of that Game 3 lineup that Joe put out.
I mean, I'm there's a certain point in my not agenda, I'd say, and in my book where I think that the players should be accountable for any they've been batting any lineup they've done this all their career. I know that there's a certain tactical decision when it comes to putting players in different spots, but holy shit, like we have almost all the same player. Like, can you
Yeah, we
agree
do.
that Schwarber, Hoskins, and Castellanos, they're kinda all the same style player, you know?
Yeah, I
Like,
hear
they're
you.
that rake and bake, like, Bryce is like that the guy who can rake and get on base, and then Segura is that guy who can get hits and get on base, and so is Remuda, like, we just need more. I wouldn't say we need to go get somebody as far as, like, a center fielder or anything else like that during the trade deadline. I just think that we should rely on or focus on the pitching, even though the bats have been inconsistent, because I think it will get better eventually.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Let's get to some comments. Comments brought to you by BetUS. BetUS is a leading online sportsbook who has been in the market for over 25 years. You can bet anywhere in the US on everything. Use the link down below for a 125% sign up bonus. That link is bit.ly/betus_A2D. So make sure you check them out. We got a Lakers and New York Mets fan, which is very weird. So how we doing, Cameron? Mets, yeah, right now they are better than the Phillies. I'm not going to give up my prediction of the Phillies outlasting the Mets because the Mets end up failing every year, just like the Phillies do. And I just have
Mhm,
more faith in our lineup than your guys' lineup. I mean, you guys have a lot of above average players, but your star power is not as good as our star power when we're talking about the lineup. I mean,
mhm. What are we
who's
comparing the Nets to the Sixers? Is it kinda like that? Would
yeah,
you say it's kinda like that?
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. The only difference is that the Sixers make the playoffs. I,
Yeah,
I I would
yeah,
say the Mets are the
that's
Lakers, to be completely
fine.
honest. But the trade deadline is July 30th or July 31st, whatever one that is.
Yeah, it's around I think it's the first actually till August 3rd?
Yeah,
I thought it hits
no,
August, yeah.
no,
No?
July 30. It's the last day in July, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but if you want to compare lineups, we could compare lineups real quick. I mean, Bryce is better than Lindor, and Lindor is your best guy, correct? I'm still taking
Yeah.
Castellanos over Starlin
Marte?
Marte. Castellanos is younger and he has a better bat. Marte plays better defense, but I'm still taking. I think Castellanos just has a clutch bat.
Mhm.
He's been doing it for I don't know how many years now. Lightning just scored, but yeah, I'm taking Castellanos over Marte. You want to go Alonso
Gordo?
over? I mean,
Oh,
can we say JT is better than Alonso? Maybe. I mean, that's up in the air. That's debatable. I think they're interchangeable. I think Alonso's going to be cooling off because that's what he usually does. Uh, and then what? I would say McNeil and Nimmo, they're all better than Schwarber and Odubel and
mhm.
Quinn. Um, I don't know who Hoskins compares to on that team. But I'll tell you one thing: Hoskins is a bench player in my eyes.
Who should the Mets acquire? Anybody on the Phillies bullpen besides
Jer-
Knebel.
how about Juris Familia
Take
or
him back,
Jose
man.
Alvarado? How
Give him
about you
back.
get one of them? But
We'll take DeGrom. I think it's a fair trade.
Pete agrees to the poll. Pete says that he believes that the Phillies are too far away. Dale says that Roman Quinn has some decent tools to be an average bench player. His biggest issue is he can't stay healthy. He's a liability when it comes to health. His speed is a good tool, but he's never on base enough to be able to utilize it. See,
Mhm.
my beef with that is if the guy starts to bat 340 and he gets his on base percentage to, I'm sorry, if he bats 240 and gets his on base percentage to like a 320, 330, he could be your leadoff hitter because he's better
Yeah.
than any leadoff hitter that you have right now.
Mhm.
And if he can get on base, that's going to help Bohm. That's going to help Bryce. That's going to help Castellanos. That's going to help Reese if Reese is batting fifth. It's going to help the top of that lineup in a big way. I know we've been talking about what we want this lineup to be right now. And right now, I would say Gene is probably your best leadoff hitter. And then you would probably want to go. I still want Castellanos before Harper. I want Castellanos
Yeah.
2, put
2,
Harper
3.
3, and then you can maybe put Schwarber 4, Reese 5, JT 6. And then you do whatever you want 7, 8, 9 because they've been interchanging them.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't even know what else to say about him besides that.
Jake says they shouldn't be far with the guys they have, but they are. Well, I think you alluded to this earlier that they have a lot of the same guy, and they've been handcuffed this year with the fact that Bryce has a torn UCL and he can't throw a baseball. So he has to play DH every night. Like you got 3 to 4 DHs on this team, and none of them are able to DH because your $300 million guy tore his UCL and he can't throw a
Yeah.
baseball.
Huge
So
setback because he is a great fielder.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd be able to put Reese at DH, put Schwarber at DH, Castellanos DH, JT DH when he's off. By the way, Garrett Stubbs is a G.
Yeah. You think he's better than Nappy?
Dude, Garrett Stubbs by start 3 Garrett Stubbs by start 1.5 was better than Andrew Nappy.
Oh, man,
Andrew
come
Nappy is
on.
the reason why I spent $40 on a freaking home run hat.
Home run hat.
It started
Wow.
that
Wait,
bullshit.
we don't do that anymore, do we? The home run hats.
No, they'll figure something out by the end of the year.
Wow.
They'll probably figure something out by the end of June, I would say.
How about the chain? Do some chain or something.
The turnover chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yohan Camargo is a good little player. He's probably our best utility guy. He could play anywhere in the infield, first, second, short, third.
Now we still do have Torres on in the minors.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'll tell you one thing: if he has to come up by the end of this year, it's going to be bad news.
you think so?
Oh yeah,
I think he's serviceable. You know, I don't think he did great for the Phillies last season.
yeah.
But I mean,
But
I
great
don't
was
know
what? Great was what? Batting 240. What was Torres' stats last year?
Ronald Torres. And he
Because
was a pretty good fielder.
we say he was great, but by the time he was starting every day, he wasn't too great. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was batting 242 last year with 7 home runs, 41 RBIs, 77 hits, and
That's
318 at
solid.
bats.
That's
That
solid.
is solid. 77 hits is solid.
I mean, how many games did he had?
He was batting 241, 242.
Okay. That's not bad. We've had worse
Like,
last season,
this,
and we have
this,
worse this season. We
this
have
is
guys
how.
below 200 that might not go above 200.
Now, this is how sad the Phillies organization is because how much I just bashed the Mets. We have to crown guys like Hector Nervous, who the guys on Agree to Disagree were doing yesterday. Tom was saying we miss Hector Nervous. Like that's how
We do.
sad it is to be a Phillies fan now because we're crowning guys like Hector Nervous. We're crowning guys like Ronald Torres. It's terrible.
I mean, Ronald Torres or Neris is dealing right now. But I
Okay.
mean, to be fair, he has a great offense around him that knows how to hit baseballs without the trash can hitting. I think that they're way better than the Phillies. Now, when I say competing on a high level, I mean like Astros, Dodgers. Like, would we be able to compete with guys with those teams. I know we did beat the Dodgers in that series, and they did beat us at home. So I mean, the series is tied against them right now, as far as that goes. But do you think we'd be able to do something against them?
Yeah,
In the
I mean,
playoffs?
I think in a series that matters, I mean, put that in air quotes,
Mhm,
and you have Wheeler, Nola, Eflin as your top three, and they're
mhm,
pitching the way that they're pitching right now. I think we can keep up with anybody because I think the bats can get hot at any moment. And then
mhm,
by the time that the series actually matter, Bryce is going to be back in the field,
mhm,
so you're going to be able to DH. You're going to be able to interchange your DH with Schwarber, Castellanos,
mhm.
Reese, if Reese is still on the team.
Yeah,
But yeah, I
mhm.
think I think we could keep up at the top. Like anything can happen once you get into the playoffs. And
That's true.
you got 3 wild card teams this year, so
Mhm.
let's go. In the famous words of Tom Arnone, giddy up.
That's facts.
Hey,
That's facts.
gotta respect the man. Who's starting for the Mets and Phillies game? Dude, get your pitchers healthy and then talk to me. Like it's all sunshine and rainbows for the Mets fans up until August. I mean, same thing with the Phillies, but we're a different team. You guys have strikingly similar players to the stench that you put out over the past few years. And Dominic Smith, Brandon Nimmo, Franco Lindor, J.D. Davis,
Mhm.
Pete
That's
Alonso.
true.
Like you got a lot of the same guys. Like we have different guys now.
Mhm.
And yet again, your pitching staff is hurt. So talk to
Yeah.
me in August. Don't talk to me on at 9:30 at night on May 23rd. Get your stench away from me. Go back to Queens or go back to LA, wherever you're from.
Man's just chilling. Roast
I'm
session.
just saying.
Roast session
You're
on
gonna set
Cam.
me off. I really need Florida to score a goal here.
Mans is just saying comments in here. He said, "When is the All-Star game?" Like, just random questions.
Yo,
Is it
Don
Don
Don.
done? Don fucking Don. What did Detroit get in the lottery? I didn't catch that.
For what? Hockey?
Nah, for oh Jesus. He's talking about basketball. I'm talking about basketball though. No.
Oh. The lottery didn't happen yet, did it?
Yeah. 5th pick. Yeah.
Wow.
I think the Magic got first or something. Yeah, Magic.
They're gonna draft another guard.
Yeah. That's only 6 in a row.
Yeah, I'm out. I'm out on the NBA. I can't stand it. I'll still
Come
watch for
on,
the
you like the
Sixers.
Celtics.
I'll
You have
still.
a
I think the only thing that's keeping me afloat with anything NBA is Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid. But other than that, I'm out. I mean, they draft the guys at 18 years old, 19 years old, and they're nothing. They're just not. They won't do anything until they're 24 at the earliest. I would
Mhm.
say, unless you're Jason Tatum or John Morant, and even then, you're still struggling in the second round of the playoffs.
That's true.
Um, the officiating is just atrocious. I mean, I'm a basketball referee. I don't referee college. I don't referee NBA, but I'm a basketball referee, and I'm
You
not as
know
bad as
authority
them.
too. Yeah.
I'm not as bad as that. Like they're atrocious. I know the game is maybe probably 5,000 miles per hour faster than what I'm
Mhm.
officiating, but what I see on a night to night, just the inconsistency is just atrocious. You want to talk about another loser of the week? Everything about the NBA. They let uh, Rich Paul own the league, run the
Oh,
league. They
yeah.
let LeBron James run the league. It's
It
terrible.
is ridiculous, yeah. Now, did you see we'll get back to the Phillies in a second. Did you see, the report that came out? Let's see who it's from. It was from LakersDaily.com. I don't know if it was just shit stirring, but, Lakers Rob Pelinka and Nets Sean Marks had a mysterious meeting at the NBA Combine. Looks like
Um,
Simmons might get what he wants.
yeah, yeah, I could see it
For LeBron.
for
How
LeBron.
about
No, I don't see that. Um, I'm thinking it would have to be one of their max guys.
Russell West. No, there's no way in hell they
There's
trade
no,
for
it would have to be Anthony
Anthony
Davis.
Davis.
It
Yeah.
would have to be Anthony Davis.
Hmm.
Now I don't know what that trade would look like,
That
but
would be ooh, damn, dude. They would have a good ass team. They would.
who, the Nets?
Yeah.
Can
They would
Anthony
have like
Davis stay
the
healthy?
if he could.
I mean, is Kyrie Irving going to get vaccinated? And what's the restrictions going to be in New York again? Because we all see everything's rising up again. I mean, I got to wear a
Mhm.
mask again. So
Yep.
we all
So
see
do
it's
we.
coming out.
Yep.
We all see that,
Monkeypox.
yeah. I, so is Kyrie Irving going to be a full-time player next year? I mean, that's a
Yeah,
dysfunctional Nets team. I think the
that
one
is.
thing that has been right with the NBA is the super teams are starting to be diminished.
Hmm.
That is the one thing I'll give them. That is the only thing I'll give them.
Hmm.
I don't think super teams can work anymore.
No. Too many egos.
Yeah. I think the new wave of NBA players are somewhat humbled.
Yeah. I mean,
They're
really, all it is, it's like, yeah, if you have two, yeah, if you have an all star, like a superstar, and then an all star, and then a good enough bench, you're gonna go far in the playoffs because that's exactly what we didn't have. We had a loaded starting five with no bench.
yeah.
You know.
Mm. All right. Real quick on the Phillies. Um, what do you think the outlook is a month from now? I mean, the record right now is, by the way, 7-1 right now.
Mhm.
Top of the seventh, one out. Schwarber strikes out swinging. But right now the record is 19-22. Um, Up on deck, they have their next 10 games. Let me just pull that up real quick,
Mhm.
and I'll see what your prediction is. So they got 4, including tonight at Atlanta. Then they have 3 at New York, and then they have a home stand of 3 against San Fran, and then 3 against the Angels. So that is 6, 9. That's 13 games. So let's assume that they win tonight. What are they going to do in those 12 games?
You know,
And that'll bring you to
eh,
June 5th.
June 5th. Okay. So you said they have the four. All right. So after today, pending a win, I'm gonna say a win. I'm gonna say a win. Um, I think they take this series just for the sole fact that they got embarrassed in the last two series at home, and I it would be great because you're deadlocked with them right now, the Braves. So I mean, no one really. Everyone wants to talk about the Mets and Phillies, but the Braves also did win, just what last year. So
Yeah.
and they got Acuna back. So
Braves
that's
stink. They're not they might finish 4th in the division.
they're literally like the Nationals of last year. They might be the Nationals of last year, maybe
Yeah.
better, but like just the hangover.
Yeah.
The hangover is real. But I think they do take this series. And what they got Mike Trout coming over at Citizens Bank.
That's the last series of that stretch. So they got
Oh, what's the second?
so what do you got? You got 3-1 against the
I got
Braves, or
3. Yeah, 3-1
okay.
against the Braves. I think they'll lose 1.
All right. And then you got 3 at New York Mets.
Oh,
I say they win that series, dude. I think they get 2 out of 3. You can't lose another
what?
series to
Yeah,
the
I
Mets.
agree with you. Just because of the pitching, like they have no. I mean, what Stroman? They have Stroman.
They have Eflin versus Carrasco, Wheeler against Walker, and then Gibson against TBA.
Is what do you call it, not on the Mets anymore? Is he hurt?
Oh,
Stroman?
he's still on the Mets. He
Is he
might be
hurt?
hurt.
Hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're having issues with their pitching. It's funny because they're having issues with their pitching and they're still 8 games above us. And we just have issues because our pitchers kind of
Oh, I'm
suck.
sorry. He went to the Cubs. He went to the Cubs.
Really?
Yeah.
When? I guess during the off season. I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I think their main rotation was going to be DeGrom, uh, Carrasco, McGill, Taiwan Walker and somebody else. So
What, they're 5?
yeah.
Scherzer?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Okay,
Scherzer.
yeah.
I'm sorry, Scherzer.
Yeah.
So
So, I just think that their pitching is so diminished, and I think that what do you say, Eflin?
Eflin, Wheeler, Nola.
Oh, yeah. I think
They have
Nola's not doing that bad as of recent. I do think that his time is coming where he actually has his, like, show out games, and, yeah, I think we could take that series. We really could. It just depends on the bats. Bats
mhm,
can't be gone one game and then pitching can't be bad the next game. It all has to come together, really. Like, because if you can't feed, it's just like football. If you can't feed off your defense doing great, what the hell's gonna like what the hell's gonna happen?
yeah.
And yes, this is the guy who said that we wouldn't lose against Gabe Vincent and Struess. Nah,
I mean, you see what
dude,
happens when they play against a real basketball team.
that's true.
What's that score right now?
For the Celtics,
Yeah.
dude, I don't know. That game, I think that game's going 7. It has to. What happened with Butler the other night? Do you know?
I haven't paid
He got
attention to
hurt.
it. It is 55-33 right now. Miami leads the series 2-1.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. They took.
They took game 3? See,
Yeah,
that's how out of tune I am with the freaking
they were
NBA.
up by like 25, and Butler was out, and then Jason Tatum was doing okay. Then he got hurt, and it was a close game at the end. But then Miami took it in the 4th by like 6.
Yeah. Of course.
Warriors have it all this season, I think. Like, they just made the Mavericks look like G Leaguers.
Yeah, I feel bad for Luca, but
Hey, Luca, like, it's,
you
like
want to
we're
talk about
here.
a flopopus.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I thought Embiid was a flopopus, and then I've been watching some Luca.
Dude,
That's
I mean Chris Paul too.
oh
Chris
yeah,
Paul, that
Chris
last
Paul's
series,
atrocious.
I lost a lot of respect for Chris
You
Paul.
want to talk about stench?
Yeah, man. He went and had that like what? He went 14 for 14 and then he didn't do shit after.
Yeah, and he did that against who? The Pelicans.
Yeah. It's sad. That is sad.
Guys, make sure you stay tuned to A2D YouTube, Twitter, Facebook as DJ Eastwood joins Ryan Brodo and Thomas Arnone for a little sports talk. I think they got a Sixers talk coming up and then some Eagles. So make sure you check them out. They will be live in about 15 minutes. We will be here with you for about the next 40 or so. You got anything else left on the Phillies? I think they're
No.
good. They got tonight put away in the bag, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh,
I actually wanted to get to that one point. On that last series, I really like how what is the Angels in first right now in the AL
AL,
West?
I believe so. Or Houston may have caught them, but I know
Okay.
LA
I know
was
they're having a
ahead.
good season.
Yeah, they are. Right now,
Otani.
yeah, Houston caught them. Houston's 27-15. Angels are 26-17.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, they're a pretty good team. Did you say that was at Citizens Bank?
Let me go back to it. Yeah, that is at the park.
Yeah, I definitely want to get to one of those games. I don't know about that series, but do you think they cheer for Mike Trout or no? You think they boo him?
I don't know.
I hope not. I
I
hope
don't
not.
know.
I still have a glimmer like
Dude, he
he's
signed a
gonna
12-year deal
I
with
know.
a no trade clause. He's not coming here.
I know. I know.
He he
His
chose
last
he
hey,
chose LA over us.
that last
He is Ben Simmons in a way. Like just he's been saying how much he's a Philly kid, Philly kid, Philly kid. And then he has the opportunity to come to us and save us, and he chose LA for 12 years. How is that no different than what Ben Simmons did?
No, he didn't get drafted by us, and then
Okay,
leave.
and he had
didn't.
best player in baseball. He had the opportunity to go anywhere he wanted, and he never won shit with the Angels. He could have came here and played with Bryce, and we could have went places. Instead, he chose to stay in LA.
We wouldn't have done anything. It still would have been the same with this lineup or this bullpen and all this other.
We would have had a true leadoff hitter because he could bat anywhere 1 through 4.
Dude, if you sign Mike, you don't sign Wheeler.
Okay. No, that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. If you sign Mike, you don't sign JT. Could you imagine
Bryce really wanted JT.
Mike Trout, Gene Segura, Bryce Harper as your 1, 2, 3 over the past 2 years?
I mean, to be fair, Mike has been hurt a lot.
The dude chose LA.
No, that's such an unfair comparison. That's not, no. Absolutely not.
Show loyalty, Brian. It's not like LA is freaking Cleveland or Detroit or Minnesota. LA is LA. Everybody wants to go to LA for the market. Bad take.
Terrible.
Oh, now all of a sudden he's sacrificing because he's playing in LA. Get out of here. Come on.
He played for the team he got drafted to, and then you can try to compare him to Ben.
Come back home.
What does that mean?
Because all the stars after their first contract want to go out to LA.
Why not?
What are you talking about?
They got a lot. It's a lot nicer in LA than it is in.
That is exactly my point. He chose the good weather.
Yeah.
He chose the taxes.
Exactly. What's wrong with that? He got the bag.
The bad taxes.
He got the bag.
At least he didn't go to the Dodgers. 25%.
Could have went to the Dodgers. He didn't go to the Dodgers. He's not that much of a scum. He's not scum at all. Is what I'm saying. Mike Trout.
I'm not calling him a scumbag. I'm calling him a sellout.
No. Dude, he could have went to a better franchise than that, and then no. Stop. Stop.
The Angels are as dysfunctional as us. He could have chose his freaking home team.
All right, Jimmy.
It's not like it's bad weather when you're playing baseball here.
Jimmy, take bias out, right?
Listen, this is all about bias. This is what my take is about. Bias.
Listen, take bias out. Pretend you're not a Philly fan. Would you rather go through the struggles? Would you rather go through the struggles in cold weather or warm weather? Would you rather go home to your house, your nice house in South Jersey, or would you rather go to your nice house and go in your pool in 85-degree weather every day? Which one, Jimmy?
Evan, he could live here from April till October, and then in October to April, it's cold weather. You could go live somewhere else. You could go to Florida, buy a house in Florida. You're getting $500 million. You can buy a house anywhere.
Round, bro. He would be here year round.
No, he wouldn't.
Way. He's not a sellout.
He's not sellout.
He's not sellout.
Bryce isn't here year round.
He's better than Bryce.
I know he's better than Bryce. He's the best player in baseball.
End of discussion. It's all right, dude. He's not a
loyalty. They gave him how much money? You can give me $1 million and you can call me loyal because I'm going to go to that company.
They gave him a shit ton, dude. They gave him an offer the Phillies couldn't do. That's all it was. I'm not taking dude. If I ever become a famous athlete, I'm not taking a £1 discount. There's no way.
If do you know how much money John Middleton would have made if he signed Mike Trout? He would have gained all that money back within a year and a half. Maybe not even, because you're going to be a playoff team. You're going to get all the merchandise, and you're going to sell out every single game because you have Mike Trout in center field and Bryce Harper in right field. You would have made all that money back. Mike Trout would have got his $500 million. We would have been a playoff team. He would have been able to save his home team that he cheered for his whole life. But no, he wanted to stay in LA. That's the bottom line.
That's respect, dude.
Respect.
I don't. That's
you can't respect the guy for signing an LA contract.
Why not? That's fair. It's a team that drafted him. The Phillies fucked up for not. Fuck the Phillies. Fuck the Phillies. Fuck those losers. They didn't draft Trout.
I don't know how it was when Kobe signed his second or third contract. And I don't know if we chastised him the way
dude. The Sixers were like the Sixers probably were trying to get him. He had no desire to go to
all right, that's a bad point because they were horrible. What was he going to play with Andre Iguodala and Lou Williams?
I mean,
but I'm saying
Andre
you
Iguodala,
had
dude, Andre Iguodala at the time.
no.
Bryce Harper now. Sorry. Bryce Harper now, bro. Bryce Harper now. We're in shambles. Phillies are in shambles. You're probably in the worst division in baseball, or close to it. Even though that the last two teams have won from the NL East, that's irrelevant. Or not the last two, but recently.
Yeah, on that note, we're gonna switch.
Fuck them Phillies for not drafting them.
I'll give you my record. I'll give you my record prediction over that stretch. What was your final record prediction over these next 12, 13 games, including tonight? I'm gonna go 9-4. I think they lose a game in each series.
10-3.
Oh, so you think you sweep? You think we're sweeping Gabe?
You know, I think that
there's no chance we sweep Gabe.
You might. You might.
There's no chance we sweep Gabe.
We might, dude.
So you got 10-3. I got 9-4.
Yeah, 10-3. But you know, my that's my ceiling. I think that's my ceiling, and I want to go with my ceiling. But I feel like the floor would be 6-6.
The floor is 6-6. They better not go 6-6.
Don, I'm playing, bro. I know Bryce Harper isn't fucking Andre Iguodala.
If they aren't 500, if they aren't above 500 by the end of this little stretch that we just did, I'm firing Joe Girardi.
Oh yeah. Yep, just like that. Panthers are out. Close the ruse. Sorry, brother. But you know, like if the space aliens come to Earth and there's a beam on Earth, I'm taking Iguodala. That's all. I'm taking Iguodala.
That's horrible. That was just horrible.
That was terrible.
All right, this little Phillies talk was brought to you by Gleason's Bar. Gleason's Bar is always a fun environment to go watch a game, have a couple brewskis with the guys. It's located at 6700 Mill Creek Ave in Levittown, PA. Use that promo code A2D for 10% off your order whenever you dine in, take out, or order online. That is Gleason's Bar and Steak.com. Let's move on to some Eagles talk, as they did just sign probably one of the more important signings of this offseason, in my opinion. Definitely under the radar. I think it's probably more important than Hassan Reddick. I'm not saying he's better than Hassan Reddick, but it's definitely more important. The fact that you have two lockdown corners is insane.
Dude, our defense is killer.
Yeah.
It really is. It starts up in the front, and you built depth with your diminishing linebackers that last season we were all screaming for it. Like linebackers, and then they actually kind of showed up the last few weeks besides the Tampa game. But nobody showed up that game. But you know, Nakobe Dean I think is gonna have a great season. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have a Micah Parsons-esque season, but he is definitely gonna be probably maybe our first best linebacker.
Oh yeah,
I'm
excited. I'm excited for Kaiser White.
Yeah,
I definitely think you're going to be switching to a 3-4 defense. I just think that's inevitable. You still got Hargrave, which nobody's talking. It seems to forget. Like people seem to forget that you still have Hargrave. By the way, Eagles Talk brought to you by Specialized Physical Therapy. Check out our doc, Dr. Paul Vidal, at Specialized Physical Therapy LLC. He has 2 locations in Burlington and Cherry Hill, New Jersey. He is our doc. Make him yours. It is specializedphysicaltherapy.com. People seem to forget that we still have Javon Hargrave, who was probably our best pass rusher last year as a D tackle. You pair him with Jordan Davis
for 4 weeks. For 4 weeks.
Well, yeah, then he disappeared. But still, he was monstrous in those first 4 weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
You have him. You have Jordan Davis. That's going to be your nose tackle to clog up the lane. Fletcher Cox, that's probably going to be your traditional defensive tackles. And then your edge rushers, you have Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Derek Barnett, Brandon Graham. You still have guys like Hassan Ridgeway. You still got Milton Williams. Like, you got a lot of rotational depth on that defensive
good.
line.
Yeah.
And then you throw in Nakobe Dean, Kaiser White, TJ Edwards, Davion Taylor as your middle linebackers, your off-ball linebackers. All of a sudden, your front seven is insane. And then you pair that with 2 lockdown corners and James Bradberry, Darius Slay, and you still need safeties. But I just named solid freaking players that's going to make this defense a top 10 defense, maybe even a top 5 defense.
Yeah. And I think they'll do something at safety. I wouldn't say necessarily sign somebody, but somebody will pick somebody up off waivers or something. Something will come up.
Yeah.
So.
Don, yes, I will bring back G. Marsham, you love the Kellerman reference. He says that he would have loved to sign Clowney. I feel like Clowney's nothing more than a Derek Barnett, in my humble opinion. So I would not have wanted to waste money on Jadeveon Clowney. What do you think about possibly? I know this is way out there. Definitely, probably a fever dream, but them trading for Jesse Bates to play free safety. He's a top 5 safety in the game right now. I think he's only 24 years old and he hasn't gotten paid yet.
Yeah,
I don't understand how you're going to pay him, but apparently there's smoke up there that we could possibly get him.
Yeah, he is a great player. The only thing that kind of puts me off, and I'm not down in this game whatsoever, but he played in a division where their quarterback play was atrocious. Did he not?
No, he did.
He played Roethlisberger, who sucks. He was washed. Lamar Jackson, who barely threw the ball,
and it was hurt,
and Baker Mayfield,
who was also hurt.
That is my only. But I mean, look, the NFC East is the same exact thing, probably worse. We have Dak, he is what he is. He's all right. Not top 10, but look, Danny Jones, Carson Wentz. No, I'm not even gonna say Carson. I'm gonna say Heineke.
Oh my God! I mean, the quarterback play in this division with how we make Carson Wentz to be atrocious. I mean, I would argue that the freaking AFC North quarterbacks are better than the NFC East quarterbacks.
Oh yeah, I still. Of course now.
Oh yeah, now yeah.
But I can agree to last season too. But we're kind of getting up there. Not really.
All right, this is what I'm talking about with Girardi.
So, all right, Jimmy, what would we throw to the Bengals for him? What do you think? Like a second rounder, third rounder?
I would say a third rounder because the contract situation.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to be able to sign him with all the firepower that they have on offense. I mean, they haven't paid Jamar Chase yet. They haven't paid T. Higgins yet. They already have all that money invested in Joe Mixon. They're going to need to pay Burrow eventually. They're going to need to pay good money for an offensive line, and they have a bunch of free agents on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, they signed Trey Hendrickson, their edge rusher, to a massive contract. They still need to sign Sam Hubbard. And they have a bunch of 2-year deals on that defensive side. I just don't know where their salary is going to be able to fit in to be able to sign Jesse Bates. So that from that, I would say that maybe you would have to give up a 3rd-round pick and a Andre Dillard or an Isaac Seumalo.
Yeah,
I'm thinking one of our offensive linemen and a 3rd-round pick.
That's fair.
But the only problem I see with it is how we're going to be able to pay him.
I'm looking at our free agents come next season. I mean, you're definitely probably not going to bring back Fletch.
got what? You
I mean,
got
dude, you have
Fletcher.
hella guys on there. You have Brandon Graham on there, Jason Kelsey, Hargrave, Bradberry, Samalu,
Yeah,
TJ Edwards, Zach Pascal, Miles Sanders. So I mean, like,
you would have the money to be able to do it if you
yeah,
load.
you
If
would
you
have
load,
the money. You would have the money, but is that really where you want to throw your money? Because you already
yes.
have so much invested on that defense
So
that.
become the Legion of Boom.
But I mean, Jimmy, like, if you want to go and get another quarterback, unless you're drafting him,
Draft him because you won't have to pay him.
that's true. But I mean, I know that it's a system. We have system running backs too, which people wouldn't agree to. But I
Oh yeah,
mean,
they
like,
do.
the
They do.
running back by committee is definitely a thing and something that we should definitely do and not pay for a running back. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I, Don. If they were to land Jesse Bates or even a Trey Boston, they have to win at least one playoff game. And I'm saying when they do get that safety, it's win the division and win a playoff game or bust.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to get to the divisional round. You
Yeah.
have to.
That's gonna, I'm gonna say that's gonna be the best defensive team I've seen for the Eagles on paper.
Well, yeah, and another thing that I would be afraid of if we were to get Jesse Bates is just Dream Team PTSD, Dream Team
Yeah.
flashbacks,
Yep.
because it would be
Mhm.
almost too good to be true on paper to
Yeah.
have all that talent. So this is a big year for Sirianni too to be able to handle all of that.
And your defensive coordinator too. I think that
My defensive coordinator.
he's
I'd
yours.
rather you be the defensive coordinator.
You know, I know one of the guys came out. I think it was Birds of the Feather on Wednesday nights. I think they came up with the poll is Jalen Hurts and Nick Gannon on the same hot seat. I definitely agree to that.
Did you say Nick
'Cause
Cannon?
no,
Jonathan
did I?
Cannon.
Jonathan. I
Not
didn't say Nick Cannon. I said
you.
John. I
No,
said
you said Nick Gannon,
Nick
and that was
Gannon.
the one
Ah,
I
shit.
immediately thought of Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon. Yeah, we got Nick Cannon. We just got him.
I'd
Yep.
rather have Nick Cannon at defensive coordinator.
But yeah, it's really going to be his. He has to know how to coach these guys.
All right,
You know,
who do you think's on the biggest hot seat?
Jalen Hurts.
Rank them in order: Hurts, Gannon,
Hurts.
Sirianni.
Oh, Hurts, Gannon, Sirianni, just like that.
Yeah, I
And
think that.
I don't think the hot seat's on Sirianni really whatsoever until you find like if Jalen Hurts has a bad season, hypothetically, you can't blame that on Sirianni. You know,
Yeah,
until you have a
dude,
quarterback.
I screamed that from the rooftop last
I
year,
know, I know,
and
but
everybody was
until
yelling at me for being a Jalen hater.
no, yeah, I know. I'm not a Jalen support. No, I'm a Jalen supporter. I'm not a Jalen glorifier like you think I am, but
No, you
I
won't.
do. No, I don't think. I think I'm fair. I'm fair when it comes to stuff like that. I know he has his issues throwing the football.
Yet you'd still give him another chance next year if he performs the
No,
way he did last year. If
I
he
mean
the
if he
exact
gets
same
into the
season,
divisional round, yeah,
oh yeah, no. If he gets you to the division, now if he single handedly loses you to the divisional round because you play a real football team, he's out. But if he plays the way that he played
yeah,
against Tampa
okay,
Bay
yes,
in the divisional
yeah,
round, he's out.
yeah.
No
But
questions asked.
if he competes well enough, and it's a
Oh,
close
then he's in.
loss.
I
I'm
want
not,
him to.
but
I want him to be
literally,
the
but
quarterback. I
Jimmy, I'm
want him
not
to
saying
succeed.
he's franchised now. I'm not saying he's When could we say he's franchised?
When
By
he
win wise, like
no, it's not
I
about
know
wins.
it's not really by wins. It's more of just like how he throws the football and how he's
No, when he
progressively get. I can't talk. I can't talk straight. Oh my gosh.
when he progressively gets better.
Yes, throwing the football.
Oh yeah, of course. But if he competes in a divisional round game, then he's the quarterback.
Yeah,
But if you play the way you played against Tampa in that wild card game last year, in a divisional game, you're out.
Mhm.
And trust, I want him to be our quarterback because if he is our quarterback, we have 2 first-round picks to fool around with next year. 2.
That's true. That is true. And dude, you know what I'm saying? If we have a good season, or if we have a if Jalen shows signs and he has a baller season this season, and you have those 2 first round picks next year, I'm saying that's a Super Bowl, that's a Super Bowl or bust year. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, because you're gonna have money to play with, considering all the free agency you're
Damn.
gonna have.
Damn.
You're gonna have 2 first-round picks,
Oh
and
my
you're gonna
god.
have a quarterback that progresses.
That's scary.
I think this comment that's up right now is even more funny. Rich Gannon, Nick Cannon, Mariah Carey, Lions by 14. That's a good one. That is a good one. And then I love the Evan slander. And we welcome
Yeah.
Evan slander here on the Phlite Zone. We welcome.
Nah.
And
Where's the
Mike,
Jimmy slander that we've seen all these
I know,
all these months?
I know.
We have
Got
to wait till Eagles season, I guess.
yeah. Also, new time coming to you next week. 5:45 tip off here at the Phlite Zone on Monday evenings, I guess now. And that'll
Yep.
most likely be for the rest of the summer and probably going to be for the time being. So we're excited to announce that. Of course, you got Tom Arnone, Ryan Brodo, and DJ Eastwood on the other line, on the other YouTube part right now, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. They're going over Sixers and Eagles. So make sure you check them out once you leave us. And if you're just hearing us now in a podcast form, make sure you check out all the other shows here on A2D. We have a bunch of shows. I think 17 shows or 15 shows a week, every single day, Sunday through Monday. Is that how that works? Or Sunday through Saturday? Also, become a member, A2D member. Only $9.99 per month. Perks include appearances on the shows, members only streams, shout outs, and weekly sports picks from the Money Pot podcast, Nate Moss and Willie Vegas. So make sure you check them out. They will win you your money back.
Sure.
And
on slander hour.
You deserve it.
No, I was joking. Damn.
You deserve it. All right, let's get to some weekend winners and losers because I gotta just go off on
I
a
want to
lot
hear
of
this.
people.
I actually been waiting to hear this. I want to see what this is about. Is this about Phillies, you said?
Yeah, it's
Joe
easy.
Girardi?
Dude, I think my losers of the century are Phillies, and there's a lot of people in that Phillies organization and the NBA and just people in general.
Mhm.
But get 20% off and free shipping with code A2D at manscaped.com. Weekend Winners is brought to you by Manscaped. That is 20% off plus free shipping with the code A2D at Manscaped. It's time to throw out your old hygiene habits like Joe Girardi and upgrade your life. Upgrade your life, John Middleton. Throw away Joe Girardi. Upgrade your life, Dave Dombrowski. Get some Manscaped and fire Joe Girardi. There's no reason why Zach Wheeler should have came out of the game after a strikeout.
Yeah.
A strikeout. He struck the guy out through 6 and 2/3.
Analytics. An old man this is an old man trying to work an iPhone. He can't do it.
I just need him to get his head out of the folder and get off the freaking folding chair. You're not sitting by a fucking lake, Joe. You're not. Pardon my French. I'm sorry. I almost went a whole show without doing it. But you're not sitting by the lake with a freaking with a freaking PBR in your hand. Watching the jet skis go by. You're managing a baseball team, Joe. Why would you put in Juris Familia in that situation? I know no runs were given up. I know. But it was pretty damn close. It was pretty damn close. Zach Wheeler just strikes somebody out. He's at 105 pitches. Why are you taking him out? Give him that last out.
Yep.
It is ridiculous. So that's my first loser. And that wasn't even what I was going to talk about with this freaking Phillies team. My ultimate loser is whoever decided to give Bryce Harper a needle when he was on fire. You knew he had the torn UCL the entire season. Why would you give him the needle when he's hot? Give it to him the second he cools down.
Yeah.
So whoever
Exactly.
made that decision, whether it's Bryce Harper himself, whether it's Girardi, whether it's the medical staff, you're a loser.
Yep.
You're the weekend loser.
You know, dude, this
Why
is
would you
crazy
do
to
that?
say. This is crazy to say, Jimmy, but they know. They know that they're already throwing the season away by doing that. That means they're or they're too confident in how many guys they have on the team with the guys they have, and that shouldn't be it. But they're that might come back to bite us.
Dude, I hear you that your point on that. The only logical reason behind it is that there's something more to it than just a torn UCL, and they're gonna just keep on doing this throughout the season because they want to keep their playoff hopes alive. So you could see this. You could see another needle coming in a month, and then you could see
Yeah.
another needle coming in 2 months, and then another
Yep.
needle in 3 months, where he's gonna
Yeah.
be out for 4 games
Man's
every
gonna be
time
the
he gets
winter.
that needle,
He's
and
gonna
then
be
he'll
the winter soldier by November or by not November. What am I saying? By August, he's
yeah.
gonna have a robotic arm.
Yeah, so I'm genuinely afraid, and if that's going to be the case for this entire season, I would just shut him down now and give him the surgery. You still got 7 years to play with.
And that
Or
builds an excuse, right? That builds an excuse for the Phillies, say, "Oh, Bryce got hurt.
yeah,
Season's over."
but that would be the right decision in my opinion. That
Yeah,
would be the
and
right decision.
but if they shut him down now, no tickets will be sold, you
Well,
know?
yeah, that's another thing,
That's
and
I feel like that's the bottom line to it.
I hope that Bryce makes the right decision
Mhm,
because at the end of the day, I think he is in more power than what we think
mhm.
in the decision making of this injury. So I hope it's nothing serious. Apparently, he can't throw the ball for another 5 weeks. Hopefully, this needle cures it. But if he has
Yeah,
to get a needle every month, I'd rather just have him get shut down and live to see another season next year.
I agree.
I mean, you have enough money in this lineup to survive. That you should have enough money in this lineup to survive without him. I mean,
Mhm.
hell, look at what the freaking Braves did last year. Acuna goes down. They go trade for 4 freaking outfielders. 4,
4.
4.
Yep.
And they end up winning the World Series.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to compete without him.
No.
There's no reason why
Yeah.
a baseball player should be that valuable to a baseball team.
Mhm. I mean, he did win MVP.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
mean,
he's
it's
the
like
ultimate MVP.
yeah. But, I mean, they took Cunha got hurt, and like you said, it really all comes down to the farm system we have is just not good. It's not good at all.
Yeah.
You have old heads, you're signing old heads to go play for your Clearwater team, the Iron Pigs, all these other teams, and you're in a constant lapse of just shitty foundation behind the Phillies. And that's what they have over us. All these other teams, just the farm system.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike, it doesn't have like, I've been saying that for the past few days. Like been talking to myself. When's the last time this freaking bullpen's had a 1-2-3 inning? Like I can't remember. It's terrible.
Yeah. Nope.
You got any winners or losers? I got a winner, but you could go.
Yeah, I said it to you before the podcast, just Premier League soccer. I know a lot of Americans do not like soccer, but this is just like I don't know, like I could compare it to like baseball in the playoffs. You know,
Mhm.
it is fun to watch, like every second matters. But I mean, I just think that it was a fun ending of the Premier League, even though my team did not come off on top. And the team that is owned by a whole country, an oil country that has a $1 billion budget, which is 1/5 of what we have, won the league. I think that's okay. That is what it's like the Yankees win all those wins they have. You just sometimes you're just so close, but the money wins it in the end. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's definitely a winner. Another winner, I'd say. Um, I think definitely the Warriors. You know, like they beat the shit out of every team they played in the playoffs so far, and now they're 3-0ing the team that just beat the Western Conference champions from last year. So
Yeah.
And Max Verstappen for winning the F1.
Have you noticed that Castellanos got tighter sleeves?
Yeah.
I've noticed that yesterday at the game, and then I'm seeing it right now today.
Yeah.
Like, his sleeves were loose the entire season,
Yeah.
and now all of a sudden he has tight ass sleeves like he's the Hulk. I love Castellanos. I just thought that
I
was
do
a
too.
keen observation.
I think he has the right attitude.
Oh yeah,
He has a perfect Philly attitude.
I love me some Nicky Katz.
Yeah. Who's
My
your winner?
My one winner is I said it to start the show. I kind of said it throughout the show. Roman Quinn. He single-handedly won us the game yesterday.
Mhm.
I mean, with his base run, his first of all the at bat that he had, and then he turned it into a double, and then to get home from that after just a ground ball error to second base, and
Mhm.
then the game-changing speed that he has to go from second base to home plate, walk-off style. That's just unbelievable. So I hope to God he can stay healthy. And if he continues to hit the way that he's hitting and get on base,
Mhm.
I think we have a new leadoff hitter.
That's fair.
And
Yeah,
Don
that's
Don
fair to
comes
say.
in with Josh Donaldson. Yeah, that was that was a creep move.
Maybe his wife shrunk his shirt, Mike.
But yeah, Don that was a little bit of a creep move. There's just no room for it nowadays. It's just not good.
Mm-mm.
And Tim Anderson, good player, great player, and that White Sox team can probably go far. But Josh Donaldson's pretty washed, and I think
Yeah.
he's just trying to stay relevant at this point.
Yeah, man.
Mr. Wang, nice of you to show up.
He really called him Jackie. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Stay relevant somehow.
Is the over under for the Lions 4.5?
Oh yeah. I
Is it?
think know it has to be 4.5. Has to be. I don't know for sure, but it has to be.
Do you think they go over 4.5?
No chance. No chance. I think they're a 2 to 3 win season. No.
Wow.
Still have Jared Goff. So
It's 6.5.
6.5. All right. I know what I'm spending on my next paycheck. Lions on the under. Lions on the under.
6.5.
You can't tell me that the Lions are better than the
Wait.
Giants.
Well, they are playing the Bears twice, and the Bears may not win a game.
I feel like the Bears are still better than the Lions. Just for the quarterback wise. Oh, you know, another winner. Frank Reich for signing Nick Foles. Loser this week, Nick Foles. Or not Nick Foles, fucking Carson. He just said, "You know what, Carson, get out. I want the guy who won the Super Bowl. Bring him in."
Could you imagine if Matt Ryan, for some odd reason, like just doesn't work out, and Nick Foles beats him out for the starting position, and Nick Foles gets
Oh
them to
my
a playoff
gosh, dude,
spot?
you would get so much heat.
I would
You would get so much heat.
I would be
And they
dodging
make the
fastballs like
playoffs and they
this.
dude, if they make the playoffs and then go beat like a Bills team, oh my gosh, you wouldn't hear the end of it. You would not hear the end of it.
Yeah, that would
You
be
really
fun.
wouldn't.
That would be
And
pretty
he blows that dude, I'm telling you, he blows out the Jaguars by like 30 away at the Jaguars and breaks that little curse. I really hope that happens. I'm sorry. Carson's going through it.
That's crazy. All right, you got anything else for the night? Just give you our last two sponsors of the night. eXp Realty, looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in career brokerage, contact Alan Ford of eXp Realty LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy@exprealty.com. Also, remember, make sure you guys check out the Rant Booth every Sunday and they go live 10th and 11th Street on the Ocean City Boardwalk, Ocean City, New Jersey, that is, all campus. I was just there the other day. I got me and the girlfriend some hats, and we got 20% off. So, and they're good hats. I mean, look at this. Solid hat from All Campus right there.
Oh, damn. That is pretty fire. Is
Be
that a
wear-
trucker hat?
Yeah, I'll be wearing this all summer.
Nice.
Great hat.
Nice little wind coming through the
Yeah, got the
steams.
mesh.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Got the Staten Island girlfriend of Phillies hat for good keeping, you know.
I was just in Staten Island today,
Oh,
and
God
no one
bless you.
I was in Brooklyn. Yeah, I was in Brooklyn. And they were saying no one likes Staten Island. I don't know why.
I mean, they're the scum of the boroughs, apparently.
The boroughs, yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly from a guy that was from Brooklyn said that, but yeah.
So yeah, make sure you guys check out All Campus on the Boardwalk, and as always, Phlite Zone is brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA contests, and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today using that promo code A2D for 5,000 bonus points. That is a $50 value. FanUp.app. Guys, make sure you jump over to Tom, Ryan, and DJ as they talk some Sixers and Eagles for the rest of the night. We appreciate you hanging around.
Yes, people like Jimmy.
You want to talk about slander at the very end.
You said a Tinder find now, man.
Yeah.
What's your girlfriend's name? Amanda?
Yeah.
Jimmy and Amanda are a perfect couple, man.
Yeah.
But she's in New York. She likes New York hats. So you
Yeah.
had to get her a Philly hat.
She can't name one Yankee, but she just loves that freaking logo. And she swears that the Yankees colors are white and black. And I keep trying to tell her that it's white and navy.
Yeah.
And we get into fights over it. I'm like,
my gosh.
are you really arguing with me over sports right now? Like literally, I ask anybody, the Yankees are navy blue. And she's like, no, that the hat is black and white. That's why it goes with everything. I'm like, no. What are you talking about?
Oh man, that's funny. Yep.
Guys, go check out DJ, Tommy, and Ryan. Until then, we will see you next week at 5:45 p.m. Monday.
Sure.
Check us out. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Have a great rest of your week. Go Phils.
Peace out.